Going up.
Maybe you try it. Maybe you try it. Maybe you try it. Maybe you try it. Maybe you
Hello, gorgeous human beings of the coach program. Okay, first things first, I want to set the context for this program because this one is going to be revolutionary in so many different ways. For me, for you, for us. We are reclaiming something so gigantic in this program. It's going to be beyond, and you will have different options on how you decide to navigate this program. The first way that you'll be able to choose to navigate this program is as a fly on the wall. And what this means is you will watch it and I will not see much of you. I hope that's not the option you choose. The second option you have in learning this program and watching this program is as a listener and a learner, which means you will participate to every call and you will take notes and you will come away saying, I took the coach program. The third way you will take this program is you will walk away an entirely different person. You will participate to the calls, whether they're live or whether they're pre-recorded, and that you're jumping in because you couldn't make the live stream. And you will do the coursework and you will grow your business. And by the time this is done, you will say, Melanie Ann freaking Layer, what the heck was that? That was a masterpiece. And it will depend on you because I am going to bring my entire heart and soul to this program. I have a very, very strong mission, I realize, with this program. And something very powerful has happened for me today, of course, around the conversation of coaching and my career as a coach. And I'm reclaiming something quite powerful with you during the next 2 months, because this is a very big program that we're diving into. And what I hope for you, what I wish for you with all my heart is that one day you wake up, you look at your life and you realize that through this profession, you became someone you could have only ever dreamed of, that it's beyond your wildest dreams, that your family is taken care of, that you are happy beyond belief, that you live a life most people don't have the bandwidth, the time, the energy to create, that wealth pours into your life however you want it, and you put it wherever you desire, whether it's causes close to your heart, yourself, your family, whatever it is that you desire, and that it all comes from this beautiful path of least resistance, which is becoming the profession of being a coach. I want to pull the curtain back and show you how I built $1 million business as a coach, because I only really became a mentor after the $1 million mark. There is a lot of wealth available in this profession, and it goes far beyond money. Beyond everything that I have created financially, the person I have become was built in the foundational pieces that I'm going to lead you through in this program. What I'm reclaiming entirely with the coach program is that I have done something I have never known another person to do in the history of people, which is to create a business built on my own self, selling the things that I had learned on my own with no website, no sales pages, no team, no nothing from nothing except for a deep knowing in my soul of what was right, what was correct, through a thriving network, extraordinary referrals, word of mouth, caring about people, doing my best. I literally went from nothing to building $1 million a year business to doing what I'm going to show you in this program. And so my desire for you is that you lock and load in this. It's 2 months of your life. It could change it. And I don't say that lightly, because I would not be standing on the empire I've built if it weren't for the women who built the coaching business I built. And I'm pulling the whole curtain back. I'm not leaving anything on the table. So what I want to do to support you even more is, I've been contemplating this, and I think this is a very important part of the discussion I'm going to have with you today. I have readjusted my coaching business so many times, not because something was ever wrong, but because it needed to be readapted and readjusted to fit who I was, the lifestyle that I wanted, my desires that were shifting and changing, my team that was growing, my clients that were changing. And so I have had so many different iterations of being a coach, not because what I was doing wasn't working, but because I was changing, you were changing, they were changing. And it was important for me to adapt based on what I wanted. This was the most beautiful part for me about becoming a coach, is I've tried so many different ways of succeeding, and I found so many of them. So this is not just a program about one way to win. This is a program about so many different conversations you're going to get to have with yourself, with your team, with your partner, with your friends, with people in your masterminds, your clients. You're going to get to start contemplating at a whole other level after this program to decide what kind of coach you want to be and how far you want to take this profession, because it's out of this world what we can do. There really is no limit. We decide what we want to create, and then we go for it. And what I love about this is that you can be entirely self-made. And when I say self-made, what I mean is you can start from nothing. You don't need generational wealth. I always say self-made with these things when I write it, because it's not exactly quite self-made, right? It's self-made when you think about someone who claims they've done everything on their own. Takes a village in this industry, and you're about to find that out. But self-made meaning nobody has to start you off. You can start from nothing. You can start from less than nothing. You can be at the worst of your life and become reborn through this profession. You can start from solid ground and catapult yourself. You can tack it on to an already existing thriving business. You can make it a second part of your identity. There is actually no limit in starting. Where you start, whether you think you're 100 steps too far or whether you think you're not far enough, this profession will take you to the next level no matter what. And so what I want you to start really thinking about is, this is really a vocation. This goes beyond just being something, having a job, just daily work. It goes beyond that, but it's going to evolve. And at first, it's going to be more simple for you. You're going to need some tangible thought patterns, and I'll go there with you with pleasure. As long as I see that there's people in the program that are there, then it evolves. It goes from these tangible thought patterns to these energetic shifts that are undeniable. It goes from your mind to your soul. It happens like this. And all of a sudden, you're not thinking the same. I can't explain how it happens, but it does. I'm going to go there with you. As long as there's people that are telling me this is where you are, I'm going to go there with you. Then it goes beyond that. It becomes an identity, a way of being. It's not in your head. It's not in your soul. It's in who you are. It's in every part of you. It becomes who you are in every room you walk into, and you can't actually get away from it. And there's a whole other level of understanding of yourself and of your business when you get to that place. I want to walk you through so many different levels of this profession. And I can tell you that no matter where you are, you're going to find value in all the levels, because first of all, you're going to have clients that are beginning that you're going to be able to serve at a whole other level. It's going to help you figure out who you're talking to as your own clients. You might realize it's really valuable to hear all these different levels of coaches, especially if you also work with coaches, and you'll be like, I really love to know which client is in which dimension, and this is going to be really helpful for me. And it's also going to be great to contemplate what the future looks like. And so if you're just starting and you're like, okay, I'm seeing people celebrate these things, and I've been thinking I'm supposed to do that, but in fact, it's just a conversation that's a little further ahead than me. I needed every piece in order to get here. There really isn't a good way and a bad way to do this. There's just so many ways, so many different levels, and the level that is the energetic match. So a super important thing that I want you to put on right now, first super important part of this entire program that I want you to take on. The most important part of becoming a coach is the ability to create your own belief systems, your own critical thinking, your own thoughts, your own contemplations. No matter what I say in this course, you can't just take it and say it's your belief. You got to think about it. You've got to take time, not just to take the course, but to feel about the course and think about the course. This is actually an incredible thing to do, even if you have other things that you're doing. If you've got another program that's all about strategy, you've got another program that's all about ads, you've got another program that's all about something else, you can couple these, because no one should be telling you exactly what you think. And if you take someone else's full thought process, you're probably not in a very good position to be a coach. I suggest more of a consultant, where you always preface your work by, I studied with ... and here is what I learned from them. That you never take it on as an embodied profession if you're not going to contemplate your thoughts. This is such an important thing, because in order for you to take your business to the next level, in order for you to really enjoy this process, you have got to decide that this is your mind. And you can't do that if you just take my thoughts and decide that's the truth. It doesn't need to be. These are things that I found through years of expertise, years of diving in, of burning myself, of celebrating. And so I want to give you an expedited tour of the coaching process. So you can pick up some of the things I've said and bridge some gaps, like this makes sense why I lived this, or so that you can say, let me give this a shot. I never thought about it this way. Or so that you can say, I completely understand now why I feel this way, because I believe the opposite. I want you to think. I want you to use your own thoughts, your own feelings. If something I say feels off, that's perfect. This is not an opportunity for you to feel like you're in the wrong place. This is not an opportunity for you to fight against the whole program. It's an opportunity for you to recognize your own mind. And it's the first step in becoming free. What I want us to do in this program is I want us to reconnect to the abundance that is in this world, the freedom that is in this world, freedom of time, freedom of location, freedom of spirit. Like, I want you to feel liberated in this profession. That is why we do this, in order to be free. The other parts, the business parts, the understanding how to navigate when you become a multi-millionaire with a brand that's a global brand, that comes later. Right now, we want to talk about the profession and the freedom that it gives. We also want to talk about location freedom. For the longest time in my brand, I could work from absolutely anywhere in the world. I didn't need to be anywhere. I took my calls from the beach, poolside in Vegas. I took them from different time zones, from my hotel room, from the fireside, looking up at stars. I took them from hotel airports. I took my calls from everywhere. Location, time, money freedom. If you just want to build a business that pays for your lifestyle that you love, that you just say, like, I want to be able to lean in when I want to make a bunch of money and lean back when I want freedom. I want you to be able to do that. There are certain segments of my business where that's what mattered the most to me. I didn't care about making sustainable 6-figure months or sustainable 7-figure months. I didn't care about that at all. What I cared about is that I could wake up without an alarm, spend the entire day living my best life, and make enough money to pay for tomorrow. And if that's what you want right now, you get to have that. And there is no turning our noses up or down at anybody's dream in this profession. The beauty is to empower everyone to create the life they want through this modality. You decide what you want. You decide how you want to build your business. And I'm going to hold you through wherever you are in this process. And it's going to serve you to hear all the ways, because if you've gone a little too far in a direction that wasn't meant for you, you might recognize why you've been struggling in this program and recalibrate in a different direction. This is not even something about levels, because the fact is you can make $1 million on your own in a business, or you can make 2 million and pay $1 million in ads and in team and in whatever. Some people make so much money and keep very little. I've built so many different iterations of this business. And one of my favorite was the one where I made $1 million and I put it in my pocket. That was fun. I liked that bit. Then I really liked the bit where I got to pay people right away as much as they deserve to be paid in that moment, more than they were making in the moment, and start to treat people like the people they deserve to be treated like, and to say, I'm doing my part in changing the way people are paid. I'm a different kind of boss. I'm offering opportunities that people could never have anywhere else. I'm doing something good for the planet. That was really cool. I really loved that. That was awesome. There's been so many incredible phases of my journey. And it wasn't until far later, when my profession far exceeded just the coaching business, that I sat in boardrooms with people who had me write insurance plans for my workers. And when I asked them, what's the best plan I can have? And they gave me a plan for insurance that I was like, how's this the best I can give them? And they were like, oh, the best you can give them. No one's asked me that before in the history of my career. We thought you meant what's the best you can get for your money. In Quebec, when you have a company with more than a certain amount of employees, you've got to pay health insurance and you've got to do it. Most people sit in that office and try to figure out how they can pay their employees the least. They were floored. Having meetings with Deloitte and them saying, we have never in the history of our careers seen people with profit margins like you. It's out of this world. It's never been seen before at this level. But that started here. So I want to help you build right from the beginning, so that when you get to these places later on, when we get there, because it's not now, when we get there, that you are doing this kind of stuff that blows your mind, that changes your family's legacy, that pivots what you were ever meant to be, that changes the world, whatever it is that you want to do at whatever scale you want to do it. But now we create the foundation where you are rock solid in what you're doing. And when you do pivot, you pivot because you're ready and you want to, not because there's something wrong with your business, because we're going to build it right. It will never need to be changed because it's wrong. It will change because you want to. It will change because you've decided you want to dream bigger. It will change because you want to change something, but there will never be anything wrong about your business going through this program if you honor it. This is the most beautiful process, and I would not change a thing about my journey. It is a masterpiece, and I'm going to teach you how to do this, and I am very excited about it. So what I'm going to need from you in order to lead you in the most powerful way possible with my entire team behind me is we are going to make certain posts in the group. There's going to be a $0 to $100,000 a year, which means basically 0 to 10K months, one thread. There's going to be one thread, $10,000 a month to $20,000 a month. There's going to be one thread, $20,000 months to $50,000 months. There's going to be one thread, $50,000 months to $100,000 months. And there's going to be another thread, $100,000 months plus. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 50, 50 to 100, and 100 plus. I can see very clear differences in the way I led my business at all of these levels. They all mattered a lot, all of them. And there was a different mindset. There was a different way that I did every single thing. Different things mattered. And so we're going to go very unique to you. If you take this program like a fly on the wall, you're going to get a lot less support from me and from my team, because we won't know how to support you. So this is where you start taking radical self-responsibility. This is where the coaching program also becomes a mentoring opportunity, if you choose it. So I'm going to tell you what I would like for you to do and how you would address this. I understand some of you have ranges. So you might be like, there's months where I'm at 10K and there's months where I'm at 20K. Where would you put me? You know how you feel. I'm not asking you to put this down for performative reasons. I'm asking you to do this for your own growth. So put yourself in the category you energetically feel without pushing yourself, without stressing yourself, without performing. Like, what's the real? You do just what you do, and that's the number that lands. But here's what I'm going to want you to comment on this thread. I don't want you to just be like, me, that's not enough. Can't do anything for you if you do that. This is what I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me, this is the range that I feel I'm in because ... The most I've ever made is this much ... Why I feel it's changed is, when it was at its best, it was because, and this is another thing I want to know from you. I'm really comfortable here and I want to maintain, or I would love to find myself in the blah, blah, blah range. That's it. So I'll have my team write this little blurb out at the end so that it's easy, and I'm going to put it down so that you can find it. But what I want is for you to give me a lot more than just, this is my range. I want to know why you're there. If you feel good there, if you used to be higher there, but now you're there, if you've touched a couple of bigger months, but now you're kind of stuck there. If you think there's a reason you made more before and you make less now, if you think it was a fluke that you made more before and you're here now, if you're here now and you've only done it once and you don't want to put yourself in a different category because you're manifesting and this is the reason, but also in brackets, this is where you usually are. Let's not talk about it. However you want to navigate this, but give me everything you've got. We're going to read these, and it's going to matter in the evolution of the program, how it's done. This is where you just claim yourself fully as a work in progress and a work of art at the same time. There is nothing wrong with inconsistency. As a matter of fact, most of the planet experiences inconsistency in entrepreneurship. It is such a unique thing to be entrepreneurs that experience consistency at this level of income. And if it only occurs for you because you are traumatized by ever going under and you push yourself to a point of non-comfort just to be cool enough to say you've had consistency in your business, we are not advanced. The idea here is freedom and abundance. And so if the way that you run your business makes you feel limited and not free, we're failing even though it looks like we're winning on the internet. We don't want to do that. We want to build the business so that every single piece of your evolution feels like a win. I want to build this place for you here where you can celebrate so real, where it doesn't feel like you need to perform or pretend that you've made more so someone gives you a round of applause, and that you most definitely do not only get hired because of how much money you make. We're going to pull the curtain back about how to market yourself really at every level. Why is it so different? And how do you show up differently at every level? Because every level matters. I want to take responsibility for something I realized today. I have been showing up in a way that is entirely up to par with the mindset that I have today. And although I've said that multiple times, I feel like my expectation is that people are just going to be along with me for the long haul. That's always been my expectation since the first day I started this. I realized that I was on a fast train going places, and I figured there was no reason on earth that people wouldn't come with me. But there's so many reasons that people haven't been able to continue with me. And I've been really excited about going where I was going fast and keeping up with the most recent exciting things I wanted to talk about. And I think I have to keep doing that. But I also want to take real responsibility for any part of my rapid growth causing it that your milestones have felt not celebratable along the way, because that is the last thing that I've ever wanted to create. So we're going to bring this right back in this coaching program. I want to see $1,000 celebrations, $5,000 celebrations, $20,000 celebrations, because I built Alpha Femme with this in mind. This is how I saw it. I don't care where you are. I care where you're going. If we can't coexist at different levels of success, if it always ends up being the most successful person is the most visible, we are not winning. Because people are so powerful where they are. One will teach you courage. One will teach you staying power. One will teach you resilience. One will teach you success. One will teach you celebration. One will teach you, I want your uniqueness to shine here. This is not just about how to become a money coach. This is about how to become a coach. Some people here are extraordinary relationship coaches. Some people here are social media coaches. Some people here are speech coaches. Some people here are healers. Some people here are marketers. Some people here are sales coaches, Jesus coaches, spirituality, people who teach all kinds of different things. And there is not one profession that is worthy more than the other when the goal is that we help people become better people. That's the coach profession. Is it true that there are ways to make amazing income with this profession? Yes, it is very true. Is it true that if you are very successful in this profession that you should be allowed to celebrate just as loud? Yes, it's true. Is it true that some people have gotten so blinded by the money in this profession that they've forgotten all the other kind of coaching that changes the world? I also think that might be very true. I have seen so many arts get lost over the years because people think they'll become more successful if they push how much money they've made instead of how much transformation they've created. What makes me the most proud about my work is not how much money I've made. It's who I've become in the process and the kind of people in my life that have transformed in my world. My greatest, most extraordinary testimonials are not the ones of the people who have become the most wealthy. The ones that have touched my heart the most are the people who have pivoted their marriages or managed to leave, healed their relationship with their children, the ones who have reclaimed their personal power, healed things with their family, walked away from things they never thought they would, people who've created social media presences where they could really make a difference on the planet, people who found their calling, their profession, people who believe now that their place on earth is clear and they're not lost. They're going for what they love every single day of their lives. People who have left the lives that they didn't want to go and set up camp somewhere that they do love, and they make enough money to live on minimum wage and romance, but they have never been happier in their entire life. People who are paid to live their freedom. That is just as fantastic to me. And I will say this, along the way, I have been questioned on whether or not this work works the way that I teach it. And when you get questioned enough, sometimes you do get into a prove it energy as a Melanie Ann layer. And so I have had moments where, in order to show people that they could stick their judgment about what I was doing, I promoted wealth as a prove it moment. You don't believe this is working? Look what these people are earning. You don't think it works to do it energetically? Look at this person. You don't think it works to do it my way? Look at this person, look at this person, look at this person. And in wanting to prove myself, people start getting the wrong message about what I really care about. And I'm reclaiming what I really care about. We get to be rich in all areas. We get to be wealthy beyond belief, but we cannot forget why we do this work or this profession dies. This is about people knowing in the bottom of their soul, for far beyond the day they become a coach, that they were born for this work. You've probably been doing this long before this program. You just haven't been paid properly for it. You may not have felt like you were delivering properly. You may have wondered if you had what it took to support people the way you wanted to. You wanted to become a greater supporter of people. But inside, the version of you that comes out every time someone has a problem, a question, a pain, a fear, and that you're the go-to person to call, the one with a solution, that's not new. And so what a privilege to get to be, to have the profession of who you are. And I think it's why it's so hard to describe ourselves as coaches. People ask you, what do you do? And the real best answer is, I'm paid massively to be me. The real answer is, I'm building a profession where I market myself, I talk about myself, I share my life experiences, and people change because I'm willing to go first. How do you even talk about that? How do you even say that? What do you do? I'm me in the public eye. What do you do? This is what it is. You're paid to spend your life becoming a greater version of you and helping people figure out how to become a better version of them in whatever angle of your profession you prefer, whether it's through body work, mindset work, emotional work, energetic work, spiritual work, whatever it is. If you hear gurgling in the background, by the way, it is the hot tub in my living room. Listen. And then it stops. So this is going to happen sometimes. It's very odd. It isn't me. Okay. If you don't hear it, that's perfect. But in this moment, I'm like, I don't know what this sounds like in the computer, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't sound right. Okay. So what I want from you in this program, what I really desire more than anything, is that you also start bridging the gap in the way that you perceive other coaches. This is actually an interesting thing. We create paradigms as an industry. We create paradigms based on what we decide is valuable or not. What I would love in this program is that we empower every kind of coach to feel entirely supported in their profession. I want us to empower relationship coaches to feel like their type of coaching is the bomb. I want us to empower the mindset coaches and the confidence coaches to feel like their profession is the freaking bomb. The ones that teach deep spirituality and healing, their profession is the bomb. The ones who teach wealth energetics and deep healing with money, their profession is the bomb. The ones who teach about body and health and well-being, theirs is the bomb. And I will tell you this, if you can actually do that, something magical is going to happen. You're going to start not only to respect people, but to feel respected. And the community that is here is going to become one of the most wealthy in all the ways communities I've ever built. Because you will have in your network a person who can coach your mind in the most extraordinary ways, your relationship, your well-being, your health. You will not run out at all. I want this to become the place where you know people are trained correctly. You trust their spirit. And so you do the work for you. You become better for you, for your clients, and for the industry. And this is where I really believe I've been able to stick with all that has happened through the beginning of my career, because this has been a 10-year journey from the beginning. How did I actually stick with this career? Is that I care about the industry as much as I care about me and as much as I care about my clients. Every decision I make, I contemplate through myself, my clients, and the industry. This is recently, because at first I didn't really understand for me, for you, for us until 2020. And it really started fleshing out a lot more over the last few years. So if you run your decisions through the industry, you're going to see something as you become a part of the solution on such a different level. When you say, I only validate coaches based on how much money they make, you're shaping the industry. When you say, I only give recognition to the people who are more successful than me, you're shaping the industry. When you're saying, I only like a person's status on Facebook as long as they make less than me, you're shaping the industry. Because what we're seeing is an industry that was built by the people who built it. And so if it's not working, that's on us. And if it is working, that's on us. And I would love to see what we're able to do in the next 2 months. I want to see magic and miracles, and I want to see a profession we can be proud of, because this was built on good intention. And it's our job to not lose why we started this in the first place. So we're going to have 2 different homeworks. You're going to have a few days to get ready for this. Our first module is going to be on the 27th, and we're going all in from day 1. What I want you to do to prepare yourself for this is there's threads in the group where you can find people on Instagram, where you can find people, connect with people right away. Connect with people, start connecting right away. The second thing you're going to do is we're going to have a thread that talks about what kind of coach you are. And you may have a really hard time at first figuring out what that means. You might be like, I don't know how to describe it yet. I think I'm this, it might change. It's fine. Just listen to your heart and ask yourself this. If the answer I gave didn't have a chance of me messing it up, like if I couldn't just not be hired because I said the wrong thing, or if saying the wrong thing or saying the right thing didn't immediately make me hired, then what would I call myself? A lot of times we put the pressure on the title because we think it'll make or break the client sale. So in this group, don't even do that. You can describe yourself this long if you want. I don't really care. We're not giving you 150 character bio. We're giving you as long as you want to write. What kind of coach are you? I want you to describe yourself the best way you can. And then you're going to find the post about the income ranges and you're going to comment on those. Take your time. Don't even go and answer directly on the post. What I actually would love you to do is get a brand new journal that's specifically for this program and journal on these things first. Then write them in the program when you're ready. Take the time to do this for you. This is not performative. You will not do as well if you do this in a performative way. The people who will do the greatest in this program are the people who do this for themselves, because in that you will be the greatest leader in this program. And in that you will magnetize people to rise. And in that we're doing what we're actually supposed to do. We rise, so they rise, so we rise. That's the beautiful part of this work. And so if you forget that, you try to impress people here, it will not work. And this is a microcosm of the world. And what we're trying to fix, what we're trying to change, what we're trying to heal, what we're trying to pivot is not just one room. It's the whole freaking world. And so if you forget what you're doing out there just to look cool in this room, everybody loses. I want to see genius, uniqueness. I want to see the funny ones, the sassy ones. I want to see the ones with the vibe, the ones with the attitude, the ones with the class, the ones with the sass. I want to see so many different flavors. I want to see every single shade of you. I want to see diversity. I want to see you make your mind and change your mind. I want to see you in this program. And if you let yourself do that, you will connect with a lot of good people here. And who knows what happens beyond this program. I'm in a creation kind of mood. I'm in a let's change the freaking world kind of mood. So let's just do this. shall we? So enjoy the first few days of this, connect with each other, find the threads, do what you got to do. If they're not up yet, and you want to just rewind in the notes and watch me say it, I'm going to be very honest with you about something else. I sometimes say things my team doesn't know until I say it. So they may be behind the scenes right now, running like hamsters going, Melanie, couldn't you have told us before? No, I could not have, because I got really excited during the call. That's a big part of how I started my coaching business. And it has not gone away, not all of it anyway. I created a lot of the things in my business the day of, the night of. The invisible offers that I did, and we'll talk about that energetic and that modality and how to run those during this as well. But literally that idea was thought of, the sales page was created, and the thing was done within 20 minutes of the idea. It was like, you're going to learn, if you're one of those people with the go energy, how to do that. You're going to learn how to plan and execute. You're going to learn all kinds of different ways to do this. They're all good. There is no wrong way to do this profession. None. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's just, why do you do this profession? And if you remember why, then we'll all just do better, and we will be examples to each other of how far we can go. How far can we push humanity during our time on this planet? How much can we help people love, feel, understand themselves, be set free, experience abundance of all things, fall deeply in love, their lives, become confident, self-expressed, move freely in their bodies, in their lives, travel the world, see what they've always wanted to see, raise good families, fall head over heels in love with themselves, their friends, their lovers. Like, this is the world we're building. If we forget that, we've forgotten the most important part about what this makes things work. So let's reconnect to our passion. Let's reconnect to our mission, and let us have every single kind of wealth available through this work as a collective. Thank you so much for being here. I'm beyond excited for this time with you. It's going to be an epic 2 months for me, for you, for us. I look forward to answering, seeing, reading all your stuff. I hope you don't choose the fly on the wall option, because we got work to do. Have the most incredible evening, and I will see you on the 27th.
Going up.